Hi there. I have a thought for the day, and this again comes from Radical Optimism by Beatrice Bruteau. And I'm reading from page 30 on the subject of silence. Relaxing our compulsion to talk can be very illuminating to us. We will be obliged to ask ourselves where this urgency arises. What insecurity about our existence makes us want to chatter about trivia? Do we have to reassure ourselves that we are not isolated? That we are living in a common world? Do we need to draw the attention of other people to ourselves as if their recognition of us helps sustain us? Do we keep distracting ourselves by a running commentary on superficial events, lest we fall back into a realization of the fundamental mystery of our existential situation? When we undertake to keep silence for a given period, as for instance on a silent retreat for a weekend or for 8 days, if the silence is the problem for us, we can pay attention to what kind of discomfort we are experiencing, what we feel we are lacking, and what we are afraid of. We can notice what we do to compensate for the speech silence. Do we try to catch each other's eyes and smile or wink or make gestures? Do we try to stay in sight of others? Do we read books or engage in imaginary conversations? Or do we find the silence tranquilizing, liberating, even exhilarating? Do we instinctively keep our eyes to ourselves, go off alone in the woods, spend time gazing out over the landscape? Do we find that even our usual internal conversation is finally quieting down? Perhaps all sorts of interior movements are coming to a halt, settling into stillness and repose. And we ourselves seem to be drawing to the center as if to the lowest and most natural place to come to rest. What about our prayer? Is God just somebody to talk to? Are we pouring out to God all the words we are holding in, not speaking to fellow human beings? Because that's not silence. See what happens if you stop talking to God too. Be vividly in God's presence, but don't say anything. And don't imagine God is talking to you either. Both of you be quiet. Just be together and enjoy it. What happens? The practice of silence forces us to deeper levels of reality. Deprived of distraction, we must either panic or come to a new kind of authenticity. To avoid the horror of existential isolation, we must open ourselves to experience our union with the natural world, with the human world, and with God, without the cover-up that prattling and chattering had afforded us. Like the proto-amphibian stranded by a receding flood, we must learn to breathe in a new medium. We must learn to breathe trust. Trust is the unspoken communion. So as you go through your day, practice a little silence inside. Let all those tapes and internal dialogue that rattles on internally, let all that turn off and just be in the silence. It's amazing. I had a friend who was he owned a stock market office, and he decided to become a monk. He went to Tibet. but he couldn't stop selling. And so his abbot or whoever ran the monastery told him he was forbidden to speak a single word. And so he had to be silent. He was absolutely silent, and he lived in a chair for 2 years. At the end of that time, he was one of the most intuitive and insightful men I have ever known. Think about what you could develop if you had a little silence and a little trust. Have a great day.